Hey guys, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. This week we're going to talk about an interview I did with Marty Wendelken. He does ultrasounds, and he sold us both of our ultrasounds. Talk about that. Talk about all about a patient experience, a little bit of information, just kind of an example. I like to take examples from other industries. Here's one from the Hard Rock Cafe. An app called Designer. If you haven't heard about it, might be an easy way for you to make some of your own products, and we call it like lead campaigns and ebooks and things like that. And then home delivery diabetic shoes, which I spelled wrong. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's get right into it here. This is an example. We went recently to Chinatown, and I want to talk a little bit about the patient experience. I was gonna get this dough that it looks like a waffle basically. And as I was sitting here, I was like looking around me, and this is what patients do in our office. And they look around, and look what I found right here. I don't know if you can see this, so I zoomed in a little bit here. What this says is pest control log and roach bait. So, you want to be careful what patients are seeing. I just think that's a good call for us if there's toenails sitting around or things are dirty or things like that. Patients are going to notice. I noticed when I went to this place to get my waffle, but didn't dissuade me from eating the waffle. The waffle was still good. I didn't see any roaches or anything. Here's an example from Hard Rock Cafe. I like this because as I was doing this, we were doing this thing in Chinatown, and we were waiting around. We're looking at different things. These cards. This is the only one. They had like all these 500 different things, and this is the only card that really caught my eye. And I think the reason was it was free. And Hard Rock Cafe, they offer this free gift just for going there, and that makes sense. We do this in our office. Like if you I did a recent little video, a weekly video or monthly video for our patients, and I said, hey, if you want one of our free giveaways, which would be like a water bottle, just come in and ask for it. So giving things away, I think, gets people into the office, and then you can redeem it if you purchase $35. Depends on what the amount of this gift is. It might be a hat. I don't exactly know what they give you, but this is kind of a really neat offer. Whenever you can offer something for free, it's kind of a good idea. Okay, so let's get in here and look at some of these other things. Okay, so this month we did an interview with Dr. Marty. Now he was really helpful and instrumental in helping us set up the ultrasound. Now we use ultrasound all the time, and I have some great success with ultrasound. It really helps, especially if we're doing this regenerative medicine, things like that. You can see the effusions and the inflammation around the area, and you do like the bilaterally, so you do the bad side and then the good side. It just really makes things a lot easier. So if you don't have an ultrasound, consider it. But not all of them are made equal. We did a great interview talking about practice management. He also referred over a couple of other people that I've interviewed that'll be coming up in the future. And then if you go onto the membership site for Podiatry Practice Mastery, I do have some tips on ultrasound. Once again, these are the presentations that I use to explain ultrasound and the actual slides that I use. So I use slides. I show them the slides. If you click this, you can download my slides, or the place I actually put my slides are right here up top. So I pull up the ultrasound slides, and I have all these different diagnoses that I use them for. The most common one for all of us is probably going to be plantar fasciitis. So before they even I do the ultrasound, I show them this. I say, this is what we're going to look at. Your heel is going to be upside down. We're going to measure one side, the other side. It's going to be thicker. That's kind of how I use this. And I have these normal numbers up here. And this really helps to kind of create the impression of what they're going to look at. And then you show it, and they see that there's a super thick, or there's swelling around it, or effusions around it, or things like that. And then after this, I also have my checklist, which is kind of how we're going to treat it. So I use these that way. Okay, that's how I use ultrasound. And there's some information within the membership. This is something that I learned about called Designer. I don't know if you've heard about this before. This is a great way to make ebooks and lead magnets. On my blog, which is drpelto.com, you'll see here, if you go to the books, this is exactly what I have here. So on the books, these are called lead magnets. Okay, now these cost me a lot of money and a pain to do. Okay, so I would use this other thing. So basically with these, I had to send it to Fiverr. Fiverr had to do it. They did a good job, and then people can download them. You could do this really easy. The neat thing about this this program is that you can make a video on YouTube, upload it here, and then you can pull out the pictures from YouTube, and it actually automatically transcribes it. Now, there's different levels. I think the cheapest one is $28. You can use it forever. And then if you want to do that whole transcription thing, you pay a little bit more. I think it's like a monthly thing or a yearly thing. And they give you about 4 hours of transcription. So that's a lot, in my opinion. So there's a couple of hacks, if you want to, what you can do within YouTube. With any video, you can go and get the transcription, and then you could upload the transcription. You could just copy and paste the slides and upload them in here. Here's what it looks like in the back end. Here are some things I was kind of playing around with, like plantar plate tears. You can open it, and it actually has the video, and then from that video, it pulls in the slides, and then it can actually make it into some type of a book. It's kind of a neat way of doing it if you have the time to do this. If you don't have time, I would still pay someone on Fiverr to do that for you. I just want to show, if you don't know how to grab transcriptions, I just want to show you guys how to do that if you're not familiar with that. That's pretty easy. What you do is you go to a video on YouTube. Let's say this one here, all about ganglion cysts. If you go down here and you say open transcript and you go up to the top, here's the transcript. So what you do is you toggle the time thing, so you get the time thing out of it. You click on top right here, you hold the shift button down, or you just go all the way down and you hit shift, and then you just can kind of copy it and paste it. Now there's a cool little thing within Word. You can actually cut out all these hard paragraphs. So I'll put a little video if you want to learn more about this after this, but there's a little video that explains how to pull out the hard paragraph pauses, because when you paste this, it's going to be line by line. You can take all those out and then you can edit it. Okay, you pull those into here, take the pictures, put them in here. You can make your own ebook pretty easily. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about, this is something new that I found out. I wish I had invented it, but I didn't. I am having a harder and harder time getting diabetic shoes for patients because we don't do them in the office. We used to, but it was too much of a pain to do that. And then everyone's getting out of it. We used to use Hanger, and they got out of it. And so there's only like one company in town. And this is kind of a neat idea. They actually go in people's homes and they do the diabetic shoes for them. So I don't know, it's called no cost shoes. It's from Quantum Medical Supply. So what I do is in my medical record, when someone comes in with diabetes, I say, do you want to do something local? But it's a long process. So I'm trying them out still. Like the local place, you have to go there, make an appointment, get all paperwork. Once the paperwork's done, then you go get sized, and then you have to go and get fit. This way, they do all the paperwork for them, which I think is a little bit easier, and then they do that. So anyway, that's it for this week. Once again, please join Podiatry Practice Mastery. I think we're almost up to 300, and that's where I'm going to start probably putting a fee for some of those things. Give me some feedback. I'm also thinking about taking a sabbatical from this. If no one ever sends me an email, let me know what you guys think about this. If you're making it to the end, if you're not making it to the end, kind of what your thoughts are. If it's helping, if it's not helping. I think currently within the our podcast, I think 15 people. So for you 15 that are listening, if you like it, send me an email down at Podiatry Practice Mastery. If I don't hear from anyone, I'm thinking about taking a sabbatical, maybe taking some time off from this because it takes a lot of work, but I just want to make sure people are getting some benefit from it. Okay. Once again, thank you guys. Have a nice one.